we lost our crew member and family member, Helen. And we're all still grieving over her loss. According to a recent update from my uncle and father, the house is going to eventually be up for sale. So our plan is to investigate her house one last time. My name is Nicholas. I am a young paranormal investigator in search of proof of the spirit world. I am also a person that can easily sense and feel spirit energy around me. I am joined by my uncle and cameraman, William, and my father and executive producer, Nick. We will search for ghosts at some of the world's most creepiest haunts. This is a haunted legacy. Back in 2016, we lost our crew member and family member, Helen. She was my grandmother and my father and uncle's mother. At the start of our show, she was more than happy to join our team and was up for the challenge. Throughout our first 2 years of investigating, she seemed to be doing fine. But in early 2016, her body got weaker, and eventually she couldn't do much for her own life anymore. On April 17, 2016, we got a phone call from my Uncle William announcing the news of my grandma's demise. The event shocked the whole crew and family. Ever since her passing, our crew for the show has dropped down to 3 members, and we're all still grieving over her loss. My grandma's death occurred in the bedroom of her house in the middle of the night. We visited her house once before and did an investigation there almost 7 months after her death. According to a recent update from my uncle and father, the house is going to eventually be up for sale. So our plan is to investigate her house one last time before this happens. The name and location for this investigation are withheld upon request. When we arrived at the house, I interviewed my Uncle William in the room where my Grandma Helen passed away. I began asking him some personal questions about Helen. Alright, Uncle William, so about Grandma Helen, I want to go deeper into her life since we last talked about her. So I want to start off by talking about what she did at this house when she was alive. Like, do you remember anything well, for example, during the holidays? What did Grandma used to do during Christmas? Did she like to cook a lot or decorate?
Well, some decorating, which, we had the tree, and we had a couple of other little decorations here and there. And she would invite families over, whatever, and she'd make a nice meal, and because there was too much work to do, but anyway, we always had a tree up all the time. That was the one thing. Sometimes at Christmas Day she'd make a lasagna sometimes, or maybe a ham or something.
My grandmother was a fine cook and homemaker, especially during the holiday season. What about Valentine's Day, since it recently passed?
Nothing much. Nothing much really.
Or Easter? I remember Easter very well. She decorated everything.
Yeah, well, like Valentine's Day, she didn't do too much. I would always get a card and some candy, but...
And then Halloween? What about trick-or-treaters or no?
Yeah, she just give out candy, that's all. When we were young, when me and Nick were younger, she took us around after school for trick-or-treating, and then when we stopped doing it, she just didn't do it and just gave out candy. Just a couple of little decorations, that you saw, that I used to put up, and
Wow.
so we just give out candy, and that was it.
After my Uncle William and I discussed more of Helen's past, we started our final investigation of the house. Since we were both already in my grandma's bedroom, we decided it was best to start off with this room and the ones nearby. Alright, Uncle William, so let's go into the bathroom. Let's see if we can see anything. Follow me. We entered the bathroom near her bed. Here, come this way. I stepped inside the shower. We both weren't picking up any energy in the bathroom. Then we peeked into the closet next door. Here, we go in this room. Here. You know what? I'll get out. You go in first. See the pictures of Grandma when she was younger? After all that, we left the bedroom and started our way down the stairs to the basement. You can turn the light on. As I was walking in the basement, I noticed two paintings that were done by my Uncle William. I stood near one of them and told my Uncle William to share his story about why he did these paintings. Wow, that's nice, Uncle William, all these paintings. Can you tell me about them? What got you inspired to paint that one?
Watch the guy Bob Ross on TV to show you painting. There's no really inspiration a lot of times. Whatever you decide to do at the time that you're doing it, and whatever comes out, comes out.
No, just tell me.
No, it's just water. There's no meaning behind it. It's just water and some land and a little broken fence rail and a couple of bushes, and that's about it. Trees in the background. There's no meaning behind it.
I then stood near the second painting. Once my Uncle William finished telling his story, we both resumed our ghost hunt in the basement. Alright, now Uncle William, I want you to do a new thing that we haven't done before. See this? This is a voice recorder. I got another one just for you. I just want you to use it for the sake of this episode. And press record, and I want you to ask questions. I'll guide you along the way. You hold this and just walk around. Okay, walk around. My Uncle William started using the voice recorder for the first time and began asking questions to Grandma Helen.
Excuse me, is anybody here? If anybody's there, let me know. Speak up now. Anybody here?
Say something to Grandma.
Grandma, are you here? Speak up if you are.
We also tried reaching out to my grandpa, who had died years before my grandma did.
Are you over here? Anybody? Grandma, Grandpa, anybody?
After my Uncle William had finished his EVP session, I took over. Grandma, are you in the basement? Although my grandpa was never a member of the show, he was still a member of our family. Hi, Grandma. Hi, Grandpa. Come down to Earth for a minute so we can talk to you. I know you're up in heaven, but it's been years since we last seen you. So, do something now for me and Uncle William while we're here in this house. At the end of my EVP session, I decided to do one more experiment in the basement before we headed back upstairs. My uncle now passed me my ghost meter, and I did one last recording session and walkthrough in the basement with him. Alright, one more thing, Grandma. We got what we're doing in the basement? It's been years, and I miss you very much. And Uncle William misses you too. Dad misses you, everybody. So, please do something for us. It's the last time I'm going to talk to you. And then you can go back up to heaven. Wow. Nothing yet? Then in this corner? Oh, it's going up a little bit. As my ghost meter was spiking, my Uncle William mentioned something. What do you think this is from? I mean, it's probably from the pines or something.
Yeah, it could be. Because this house is definitely not haunted. I would know that for sure.
I know. My uncle now feels that this house isn't haunted. When we first did a ghost hunt here, I interviewed my Uncle William, and he said that he saw a white mist one time floating down one of the hallways. Knowing this was the reason why we checked out the house, and now we decided to come back for a second time. Even though my uncle feels this way, that doesn't mean that things don't occur in this house from time to time. Once that was over, we left the basement and started our way back up the stairs. Once we were upstairs, we went back into my grandma's bedroom, and I asked my Uncle William to do me a favor. Alright, Uncle William, so now we're back in Grandma and Grandpa's old bedroom. So what I want you to do now is do an experiment. These are called Motorola radios, and I've used this once before with Dad. So all you have to do is turn them on like this, and we can talk to each other from different areas. So I'll give you one. We'll just test it out quickly. Here, take this. My Uncle William started walking to the bathroom while I was waiting in the bedroom still. Turn the light on. Can you go by the bathtub a minute? I said, can you go inside the bathtub one more time and see if you can do something quickly, please?
Yeah, so, okay, go ahead.
So just stay in there for about 2 minutes and see if you can feel something. Again, Grandma's not haunting here, but I just want to see if she can come down. So just stand there for about a minute and see if anything happens. Alright, so while Uncle William's in the bathroom, I'm going to take out the ghost meter and see if anything happens in here. As my Uncle William was searching in the bathroom, something happens with my ghost meter. Oh, it's going up. Well, the ghost meter spiked a couple of times. Wait, let me see if that was from my ghost meter. No. Wow. Oh, look at that. Right at that moment, you can see and hear my ghost meter spiking and beeping on its own. And as you can see, I am not pointing my ghost meter towards my voice recorder or anything else electric. No. Wow. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. And my fingers aren't touching the power button. I have a strong feeling in my gut that this was something supernatural. And this definitely may be a possible sign from my Grandma Helen or my grandpa. After that experience, I met with my Uncle William in the bathroom. Alright, let's go check in on Uncle William and see how he's doing. Wow, that was funny. Anything? When we both finished searching in the main bedroom, we now made our way towards the guest bedroom just down the hallway. I snatched my thermal imaging camera on my iPad mini. Should I set this up? Right here. I now passed my iPad mini over to my uncle, and he began taking pictures with my thermal camera. Here, I'll take this camera. Now you grab that, the iPad, and take some pictures. Then I grabbed the new digital voice recorder and began an EVP session. I'm going to try on this recorder, the one you were using. See if anything happens. Here we go. That TV's distracting. After about a minute and a half, my Uncle William switched the lights on. Your Uncle William, turn the light on. Over there. So nothing on the voice recorder, and okay, that's on, and okay, that's on, but nothing in here, Grandma? Okay. We then stepped inside the other bathroom of the house. Since nothing was occurring in this bathroom, we both decided to come up with a final plan before we wrapped up our search. I first sent him back to the guest bedroom, and we communicated through the Motorola radios. Alright, Uncle William, let's do this again. Use the radio. Go into your old bedroom and see if anything happens there. Okay, I'm going to talk to Uncle William from his old bedroom in the bathroom. Uncle William, how are things going in there?
Nothing's happening.
Okay. Can you sit down in your old bed?
Okay, now what?
I'm going to meet you in there in about 2 minutes and you're just going to do something. Just look around and film. Okay. Alright, Grandma, this is your last chance. You can come down to earth and say something. Then I left the bathroom and met with my Uncle William. Next, I sent him to the room next door to my grandma's old bedroom, just down the hallway. Alright, now what I want you to do is go into my dad's old bedroom, you know, where there's nothing in there really. The room where I used to sleep in, when I slept over. Well, nothing's happening. It appears that Grandma's not haunting here. Uncle William and I tried our best. My dad is busy right now, so he couldn't really participate. Check the voices. Yeah, we're not capturing anything. This house isn't haunted, but after all, we are going to sell this house one day, so I wanted to talk to her from this earth. And so far my ghost meter spiked in Grandma's old bedroom. Hey, Uncle William, can you come back in here a minute? Once he came back, I told him the last part of our plan. Alright, Uncle William, you're gonna head into the kitchen now. And I want you to take this voice recorder also. The one that I use. My Uncle William now made his way towards the kitchen. My uncle spent a total of 3 minutes in the kitchen by himself. I then approached the kitchen myself and participated with him. I'm coming in, Uncle William. So, this is where my Grandma Helen cooked a lot of things, and Grandpa was in here. I have many profound memories in here. And we updated it recently, the last couple of years. And it looks clean as it should be. We both spent 5 minutes in the kitchen looking around and doing EVP sessions, but nothing was happening. I also peeked my head into a couple of the other rooms that we were in earlier. After that, I met with my uncle in my grandma's bedroom and wrapped up our investigation. Well, that's a wrap, Uncle William, for this search inside Grandma's house again. So, I just wanted to bring up real quickly, I know you mentioned down in the basement about this house not being haunted, and I knew that right from the start, even from the first time that we searched here 2 years ago, if you remember. But still, that's not the point. The point was to try and reach out to Grandma from heaven. I know she's up there in heaven, like you even said last time, you believe that people go to heaven when they pass on. So that's what we were trying to do, see if she would come down to earth for a minute and give us a sign. So throughout our time looking in this house, nothing happened, and I did feel something good though, nothing bad at all. Just I felt happy for Grandma that we were doing this for her. So what do you have to say about Grandma now that it's 2018 and 2 years almost since her passing? Do you think she'll like this?
Yeah, she would. If she could see it, she would.
She can see it. She's on the edge.
It's hard to say. I've never been in heaven to know what it's about, but anyway, she would like it.
Yeah,
she would.
I know, but do you think Grandpa would like it too? Because he never was introduced in these videos at all.
I don't know. It's hard to figure out Grandpa sometimes. Sometimes you don't always know what he liked or didn't like. He didn't show his real feelings all the time, so it was hard to say what he liked or didn't like. Grandma wanted to get things done, didn't get things done. I'm getting them done because it has to be.
So
that's about it.
Alright, but now I want you to say goodbye with me to the camera. I'm just gonna say one thing to the folks out there. So that's it, everybody. This was our second search inside my Grandma Helen's house, and we did everything we could, and I feel that she's happy. Judging by how I'm feeling, like I like to say in almost every episode, you have to go by how you feel inside your body. You don't just have to capture evidence on this technology that people make, but how you feel inside at the moment is what counts the most, because I believe that all human beings are very spiritual, and they have a way of picking up that resonating vibe. So, Grandma, with that being said, I love you, and I hope this makes you proud, and Uncle William hopes just as well, and my dad.
I hope you can see that everything is going fine here.
Yeah, and Grandpa, and
yeah, Grandpa too. Yeah. Well, Grandma never thought it would be fun, but anyway, I just hope that you can see that everything's good.
But out of all the adventures that we did in these 4 years, and we hope we did everything best for you. Yeah. And glad you can star in some of the episodes. And good luck to you. We'll talk to you when we can.
Yeah, whenever we can.